Hi, I'm Cynthia Howard, founder of Claremont Citizens for Lower Taxes. And have you ever wondered if there was something you could do to stop the high increases of property taxes in Claremont? Well, there is. You can vote Tuesday, March 12th for Warrant Article 11, your Claremont School District Tax Cap. 76 petitioners thought that Claremont taxes were so high that they allowed it to be placed on the March 12th ballot. It is per New Hampshire state law RSA 325C, which was enacted by the legislature and signed by former Governor Lynch in 2011. Now, right before me I have copies of that law, which can be accessed at www.gencourt.newhampshire.state.us and pull up RSA 325C, which is spending caps, and also 325B, which is all the details about spending caps. Now, the spending cap will cap spending at this year's level so that when next year's budget is passed, they cannot increase spending beyond this year's level. The spending cap will only cap increases in appropriations spending, not revenue, not assessments, and not any other government entity. So it's geared for spending and spending alone, because spending is the main problem in Claremont, especially the local Claremont school budget. Now, 50% of our tax burden is due because of Claremont education taxes, and 75% of the Claremont school budget is designated for salaries and benefits, which is the most expensive part of the budget. And I have a pie graph which appeared in Claremont School District papers, which shows that most of the spending is due from salaries and benefits. And you will see that 3/4 of this pie graph shows the dark area. The one on the opposite side, the right side, is for salaries, and the other side, the little quarter segment, is for benefits. So these continue to escalate year after year without any control by us. The school board has no willpower to negotiate more agreements to stop these increases, so we have to control it somehow. And the way we can control it is by adopting the spending cap. The spending cap will give us more of a choice of what happens in Claremont. The spending cap also has an override provision. The override provision will allow, in case of an emergency or a loss of revenue, that we can vote to appropriate money. So it doesn't handicap anyone. In fact, it gives you more transparency because you're going to know precisely where the money is going. Right now, you have to look through the main budget. You have to be more aware of where it's going, and you have to look very carefully, otherwise you won't be able to find it. But with an override provision, you'll know specifically where that money is going to be appropriated. They still will be able to place separate warrant articles just as they do now. So the story about it's going to handicap them, it's not going to handicap them. It's going to give us, as taxpayers, more choices, more control, more transparency, and most of all, more freedom with our money. And isn't that what always works best in government? When the people have more freedom. And the tax cap is all about freedom. So if you go to www.revenue.newhampshire.gov, which is the Department of Revenue Administration website, you will see a listing of local property taxes for all the cities and towns in New Hampshire, as well as the education tax, statewide tax, as well as the county tax. And in 2009, you will notice that Claremont's local education tax was $13.22 per thousand. It is now being proposed to go up to $16.32 per thousand. That is a $3 increase over the last 5 budget cycles. And this cannot continue. This is outrageous. And the reason for the increase is the budgets are increasing. From 2009, the net budget was $26.2 million. And in 2013, it is now being proposed for $29.2 million. That's a $3 million increase. Now, with that increase, it's mainly for salaries and benefits, just as I stated earlier here. So it would be prudent to visit www.revenue.newhampshire.gov for further information, but these costs need to be controlled, and the tax cap will address that issue. There are many cities and towns in New Hampshire that have spending caps. They are not like ours because they cap both the city and the town and the school district. And some of them also cap revenue, they cap assessments, where this particular spending cap will only cap appropriations. Nashua has a spending cap, Manchester has one, Laconia, Dover, Rochester, and Derry, as well as a newfound school district. So if this is enacted, Claremont will also have one. And these cities and towns that have spending caps have kept their tax rate low, plus they've attracted new business, plus they've become thriving and prosperous communities. And isn't that what we want for Claremont? And if you agree with that statement, then vote yes on Warrant Article 11, the Claremont School District Tax Cap, on Tuesday, March 12th. It is your Claremont School District Tax Cap, and you need to come out and support it and tell your friends, your family, and your neighbors to come out and vote yes on Warrant Article 11. I'm Cynthia Howard. I can be reached at cindycool09@yahoo.com or cindyteatime on twitter.com. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful day.